Okay, so renovation update, that's what I need to be doing. A ton of stuff is about to be happening. And I mean, yeah, I'm not going to be in this bedroom for much longer, which is going to be nice because if you can't see, it's not particularly the nicest room to be living in right now because as you can see, when you're working in the loft a lot, occasionally people put their foot through the ceiling. And I think the best example of that is in my brother's room where we properly fell through the ceiling, but this is all getting replastered. So not to worry about any of that. Oh yeah, what's going on here with all this? That is because the plumber is now sorting out the waste. This is that unused space that I was on about, which is actually providing the perfect place for the waste from the ensuite in the master bedroom to then run down and then join up with the rest of the waste. Yeah, all of this is plastic sheeting. Honestly, just buy it if you're doing a home renovation. It costs literally nothing. And yeah, it will save you along with all this sticky plastic to go on your carpet. We are going to be recarpeting the entire house. It just makes it a little bit nicer to live in whilst you're renovating it. Like I said, it's not much money at all. And it's pretty amazing how nice the house has stayed, considering, I mean, that is just pure building site out there. So yeah, no, it really has worked. I mean, we'll come on to that in a minute. But first, yeah, remember that was the loft hatch when I first went up into the loft to start measuring it all. And then remember, we did all the plans ourselves for the loft conversion, the pod loft conversion, which is going to be behind that wall, and the side return extension on the ground floor. We drew all those plans ourselves, which came to a total of our time, Google SketchUp, and then the submitting fee, which was like 220 quid. So the whole drawing the plans, 200 quid basically. Now, if you were to pay an architect to draw these plans, we got a few quotes. It was anything from £5,000, £8,000, £15,000, and then yeah, London, you can go all the way up to £50,000. So yeah, 200 quid, and we got planning permission. And we also got planning permission for something that others haven't managed to do on this road, which we're pretty proud of. We actually managed to get planning permission to raise the ridge height, which is why we have such ridiculously high ceilings in the loft conversion, which I'll show you in a minute. So yeah, super happy with that, and a ton of money saved. Double bedroom there, and then in here is going to be a family bathroom. Now I'm going to be knocking this wall down, pulling the wall out to about here, which then means when you walk through the door, you will then see a bath over there, a toilet there, a sink on this wall, and then when you look back to the right, that's going to be then a really nice size shower, tucks back. So like I said, that wall's going to be pulled out. So yeah, basically that's going to be the entire shower area just back there, which yeah, that's a really decent size family bathroom. So if I run down here, you can actually kind of get a bit of a better idea for the sort of layout this house is going to be. Ignore that. Possibly it was me almost falling through the ceiling there. To explain how this is going to look, we're going to have the staircase running up as normal. You then walk up the staircase here, and then about here, you're going to then turn up, and then that's going to go onto the next flight of stairs to a landing, which is going to be here. And then that is then going to be running up at this angle to then get into the master bedroom. And it's going to have a doorway off going into the pod room there. The staircase is arriving next week, I believe, so I can get on with installing that. There was an idea that I was going to take out all the spindles and put in these nice, more modern spindles that I personally really like. And then I thought, this staircase has lasted, I don't know, 100 and something years. It's perfectly fine. Obviously, I'm going to clean it up, make it look a lot nicer. But why bother replacing something that is already really nice and functioning? And also, it is just nice to have the original staircase still in the house. And then when you walk down here, this is currently my shower room. As you can see, it's really lovely at the moment. I had to re-plumb it all because it all stopped working, the original unit. So yeah, this is some proper bodgy plumbing, but it works, and that's the main thing. And remember, this is all temporary. That's why I don't mind living in it when it's like this, and that you've just got, I mean, that's just open to the outside down there. But yeah, not particularly nice, but it's only temporary, so it doesn't matter. Then if I run downstairs, I don't think I've shown you down here for a while. If I stand at the front door, You can see what it's going to be like as you walk in. You've got all these really nice features. We're going to pay to get all of this crap moved down into the basement, which is going to cost a bit of money. But I think having a box over all of this, it really does just ruin the entrance to the house, especially when it's going to be really nice. And we're going to restore all these features and add spotlights, a nice chandelier-y thing. And yeah, I just think having that in here, even if you did put a nice box over it, I just don't think it would look quite right. This currently is being used as the office, but eventually I will be knocking through this wall here, and then that is going to become a huge living room. Remember, I'm going to be blocking up this door, so it's only going to have one door into the room. And yeah, that's going to be a proper wow factor. Remember, this is a false wall I built because, as you'll see from the outside, in order to install the steels, I had to knock through the house, and to separate all the dust, I just made this temporary wall, which actually has worked really well because, look, I'll be real with you, this is horrible. Absolutely, I hate living here when it's like this. This was a fridge that we got for free in Chelsea. We just got it off Gumtree. This is the original sink and crappy unit that was here when we bought the house. This is 30 quid from B&Q. This is a 100 quid oven. Like, it's horrible. But yeah, there's no glamorizing this. I hate living here, like, when it's like this. So yeah, for right now, I've just got to make do with what's here. And yeah, trust me, it's going to be quite funny when you see going from this kitchen to, in a few months' time when I finish doing the kitchen, that's just going to be around the corner. And yeah, it's going to be incredible. And probably the island that's in it is probably over half the size of this room right now. So yeah, as I said, remember, there's probably 1.5 meters behind this wall. Because like I said, that's just a false temporary wall to separate all the dust and rubbish from outside. But eventually, how I'm thinking of this room being is a big sofa, whatever there, then a TV on the wall there, shelves either side of this chimney. Then you've got another nice fireplace in that room next door, because like I said, this whole wall knocked down, and then more of like a posh sitting area down that way, like where it's more formal, like nicer sofas around the other fireplace. Which, do you need 2 living rooms in the same living room? Absolutely not, but I think it would look cool. So that's what I'm doing. If you're wondering what this is, well, in order to flood the basement with concrete, as you can see, actually I'll go down and show you, because I don't think I've shown you any of this yet. As you can see, this is the basement, and problems with basement is damp. So the first stage of that was to dig out the floors, get it all level, and then you start putting the damp proofing in, and then the next step is insulation and then flooding it with concrete. How do you get concrete down into a basement? Well, you either get a massive lorry here, which is then going to flood the entire thing, but that's a lot of money, and for this amount of concrete, it's not worth it at all. So instead, you hire a cement mixer, but the issue then is, how do you get a cement mixer down here? Well, you don't. You put it in the hallway, you cut 2 of the floorboards out, and then that allows you to then pour all the concrete straight down into here. Once it's falling onto the floor, as you can see, it falls a lot and then sprays up on the wall. You can then go along with a rake and then start leveling it all out. So if you're wondering what this is going to look like when it's done, well, it's going to have some nice flooring in it. Obviously, you need to finish damp proofing all the walls, getting that all sorted. Then it's going to have a few spotlights. So yeah, we're definitely making sure it's going to be a really nice space down here. And then it's going to have like your washing machines, your tumble dryer, all that stuff. You're storing your bike, whatnot. That can all go down here, and then it's all out of the way. So if I go back up, you can see there, that's where I poured all the concrete through. That didn't take very long. That was only like a few hours clearing it, digging, getting all the rubble out of the basement into a skip, which is tough. I mean, that's 2 meters, so throwing a 40 kg rubble bag up 2 meters, then carrying it out to a skip, doing that 100 and something times. Yeah, quite tough. And but yeah, about half a day to do all the concreting, damp proofing, leveling, and then I'd say another day to remove every bit of rubbish that was in there, and then get all the rubble out. Now, there is actually a couple of things that I need your opinion on. I'm not sure what to do with the floor in the hallway. Now, for the staircase, as I mentioned, I'm basically restoring the original staircase and then either adding a runner running up the middle. So it's going to be the wood either side and then a carpet going up the middle with the nice metal bits. I can't remember what they're called, but I'll put a photo on the screen so you know what I'm on about. Or I just kind of replace what's existing and I just do new carpet going up all the way the rest of the house. So what would you prefer to see? A runner or just recarpeted? I'd like to know what you think would look better there. But another thing I need your opinion on is the floor here. Now, an idea my brother and me have been chatting about is putting toughened glass here. So when you walk in, you're going to be walking on glass. That's obviously not only going to, in my opinion, look quite cool. I lived in a house in Clapham that had a bit of glass floor and it did look quite, I don't know, it's kind of like a wow factor as soon as you walk in through the house. The issue with that is cost money, obviously. And then also it kind of then can have an impact on what I want to do with the flooring. So first off, I'm thinking of either doing, herringbone flooring around here. I'll put some photos of what I was thinking on the screen. But then obviously if you then got a glass feature walk-on bit, it is helpful putting light down into the basement. So that is a plus. But I don't know if everyone likes that. I think some people might actually prefer it. Just normal wooden flooring throughout, then leading to the carpet there. Then that then leads me on to the next option, which is I could just tile it all. And I'm really not too sure which I want to go with. I think I would prefer to see wooden flooring in here. Yeah, let me know what you think would look good. And maybe there's an idea that I haven't had of something that's cost effective, but also looks really nice. And that's the winning combination in my opinion. And that's part of the reason why I'm going away from doing a glass feature bit in the floor is it just costs money. And I'm still not sure if I actually really like it. I like it for the light going into the basement, but in actual how it looks with then the flooring around it, I'm not sure. So yeah, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And now we get on to the exciting bit, which is out here. So there's actually been quite a lot of progress since the last renovation update. As you can see, the flat roof is now on all the way around. Now, if you're wondering how much all of this costs, it costs £4,000 for the labour and including materials. Now, you can do all of this stuff yourself, but as I mentioned in previous videos, you got to choose where you want to allocate your time. And yeah, we chose to get people in to do the roof for us. Now, this is not waterproof yet. Obviously, we just got chippies in just to do all the framework for us, and then we're going to do all the EPDM, install the skylights, do all the soffit fascia, the guttering, all that stuff. And as I mentioned in previous videos, that is how you can save a lot of money. It's just by breaking down the jobs into the individual pieces of work, and then you can pick which pieces of work you want to do yourself, and then from that you can save a lot of money, because obviously every time you do something yourself, you're not paying labour. So clearly that's saving money. This weekend I need to get on doing all the damp proofing, and maybe I'll have time to put the skylight in. But then I also need to start insulating upstairs, as in a week's time, the plasterers are gonna arrive. Also, if I haven't mentioned, this is gonna be another double bedroom, and then the current horrible little shower room that I'm using at the moment, that is then going to have the door covered over and a new door put in here. So the double bedroom here is going to have an ensuite, which I think is going to be really nice. And obviously all of this crap is going, although I might leave the hole in the floor as a little feature. Also, can't wait for the staircase to arrive, because squeezing behind these joists is not particularly fun. But yeah, this is the bit that I get really excited about coming up here. And you can really start to see what this is going to look like. So you can see that is the flat roof. And then, yeah, this is going to be my bedroom in a few weeks' time. Double bed's going to be going over there, light switch either side, pendant light in the middle, a nice window, and then this is going to be my ensuite. As you can see, the plumber's been here, doing an amazing job. Really exciting when you start seeing all of this stuff going on, because you can start to see the vision coming to reality. And this, if you're wondering what all of this is, that is because I've decided to have those really nice shower taps that are going to be then set onto the tile. So it's kind of integrated into the shower, so it doesn't look like it's just an addition. It looks like it's not just like a renovation. It's the house was built like this and it was all designed like this originally. Yeah, I'll put something on the screen in case you're not sure what I'm on about there. And then obviously this is going to be that LED shelf in the shower. And yeah, if you're wondering what these pipes are here, that's going to be for the radiator, and that's the waste for the toilet. This is where the sink's going to be going. And yeah, no, he's doing a great job, to be fair. Really, really good job. And then walking out here is then going to be that landing that I was on about. I don't know if I can show you. Yeah, I can kind of show you from here. The staircase is running up and then it will be joining onto a landing here. So then there's going to be a door into my room here. And then when you look back here, you're going to be able to look up. There's going to be a chandelier hanging from that wire there. And the staircase is going to wrap around, going up like this. And now you're up onto the landing into the master bedroom. So what can I tell you about this room? Well, obviously, as you can see, I've put all the insulation in. Well, part of it, I've still got to do another layer of thinner insulation that then goes on top of this, kind of like running like that. And then on top of that will then go all the plasterboard, plaster. And as simple as that sounds, that's pretty much it. Obviously, I've got to insulate the floors, put all the flooring down. But yeah, it's really starting to take shape. And if you're wondering what these are, this is for a radiator that's going to be going over here. As I mentioned in previous videos, the double bed's going to be going there. And then this is going to be this amazing ensuite, which as you walk in, you're going to have a radiator here, a nice sink over there, a freestanding bath over there, which, as you can see, that cable there is for an LED strip, which is going to run left to right and shine loads of light up against the wall. I just think that looks so cool, like having all this backlighting. And this is something that I really think is important and it often gets overlooked. You can spend money on nice fittings and furnishings for your home, but if you have bad lighting, in my opinion, it can kind of ruin all that effort and money buying the nice bath, sink and whatever. And it actually doesn't cost that much money. And obviously I'll get into the cost of it all in the full breakdown video. But yeah, I think that's going to look amazing. Then obviously over here, you've got the toilet. And then over here, you've got the shower, which as you can see, has got another shelf with an LED strip. Big rainfall shower head going to be running out of there to about here. And then the taps I've put just here, so you can just open up the door here, put your hand in and turn the shower on without actually having to walk into it, because that can be quite annoying with waterfall, whatever you call them, shower heads. If you wanted to turn the shower on without actually getting into the shower, and say these were positioned right over there, well then if the shower head's there, yeah, you'd get soaked. So there's a little bit of thought that goes behind it. So yeah, that is that really. I'll show you what the flat roof looks like from here. So you can see that's going to look insane. Yeah, I need to get a skip ASAP because that is just bad. But yeah, very, very, very happy. Look, you can see the gherkin. Sky Garden, that's Battersea. The Shard. London Eye. Yeah, that's mad. Mad.